Well, it's season 3, and Merle got a great deal renting a seaside mansion named Dragon House. I wonder why it was such a good deal. Right now, we have a lot to pray about. Our world has seen so much suffering over the past 2 weeks, and if there wasn't so much going on, the front page of the newspaper would be filled with Haiti. The suffering there is hard to describe, and no one even wants to imagine it. Last Tuesday, American Airlines announced they were partnering with Team Rubicon to support relief efforts in Haiti. American Airlines was pleased to donate 1 million airline miles to the veteran-led global disaster response, allowing expedited deployment of volunteers to the island. Team Rubicon is a unique relief organization. It leverages the skills veterans gained in the services of their nation to assist victims of disasters both around the globe and in the United States. It was founded in 2010 by 2 U.S. Marines. That's it, 2 U.S. Marines. They heard about disasters in Haiti and they went. Now, since then, it's grown. It's attracted some very prominent veterans such as General David Petraeus, among many others. There are 150,000 volunteers have helped people during nearly 1,000 natural disasters, and they're on the ground in Haiti right now. Now, also in Haiti, last Thursday, the British. Right now, we have a lot to pray about. Our world has seen so much suffering over the past 2 weeks, and if there wasn't so much going on, the front page of the newspaper would be filled with Haiti. The suffering there is hard to describe, and no one even wants to imagine it. Last Tuesday, American Airlines announced they were partnering with Team Rubicon to support relief efforts in Haiti. American Airlines was pleased to donate 1 million airline miles to the veteran-led global disaster response, allowing expedited deployment of volunteers to the island. Team Rubicon is a unique relief organization. It leverages the skills veterans gained in the services of their nation to assist victims of disasters both around the globe and in the United States. It was founded in 2010 by 2 U.S. Marines. That's it, 2 U.S. Marines. They heard about disasters in Haiti and they went. Now, since then, it's grown. It's attracted some very prominent veterans such as General David Petraeus, among many others. There are 150,000 volunteers have helped people during nearly 1,000 natural disasters, and they're on the ground in Haiti right now. Now, also in Haiti, last Thursday, the British Foreign Office announced £1 million of assistance to Haiti to help with earthquake recovery. Now, this is in addition to other money that they've given. They donated nearly £6 million to the United Nations relief efforts. The United Kingdom emergency medical team members will be deployed to the island, along with the Royal Navy's ship RFA Wave Knight. This is a tanker and their fleet auxiliary. Now, normally this ship replenishes other Royal Navy ships at sea, but a Royal Navy press release described its current mission as a floating petrol station for the United States Black Hawk helicopter supplying relief efforts. Um, the Wave Knight joined the HMS Medway as a patrol vessel that has been active in the Caribbean for a year and a half, pretty much in drug interdiction efforts. So the world is responding to this tragedy, and obviously, Samaritan's Purse is there. Last Tuesday, Samaritan's Purse announced it was responding to requests from the Haitian Ministry of Health to deploy an emergency field hospital in the south of the country. The Samaritan's Purse's DC-8 flew a 36-bed emergency hospital from Greensboro, North Carolina, to Port-au-Prince. Nearly 50 personnel accompanied it. The hospital is equipped with a laboratory, a pharmacy, and an operating room. The another press release last Sunday discussed the airlift of 13 personnel and 31 tons of supplies to the island by the DC-8, along with 2 community water filtration units that supplies 4,000 people with clean water a day. And obviously, there's a lot going on in our nation right now that gets people very excited on both sides of the aisle. And in January, I posted a video basically saying, everybody chill out. There's nothing to get excited about. For better or worse, the policies of this administration do not deviate extremely from the prior administration. And for better or worse, last week I was proven true. Last Thursday, the U.S. Treasury Department announced it would sanction 3 leading Cuban officials. Joe Biden was the vice president to Barack Obama. President Obama moved to warm up to the Cuban administration in an effort to get Havana to provide more human rights to their people. And I don't think there's any reason to believe the current administration does not want to do that. However, the Cuban government got in the way of this when it reacted to protests earlier this summer. So last week, the Biden White House sanctioned 2 Cuban military officials, including a deputy chief of the general staff, which is pretty big deal, and a member of the Ministry of Interior, which is the Cuban equivalent of our Justice Department. The deputy chief of the general staff is alleged to have deployed a military police unit to crack down on the protesters. And the Interior Ministry official is the head of the Cuban prison system, where over 800 people were summarily jailed for protest without due process. The third official that was sanctioned is the Army commander in charge of the central part of the island, the provinces of Matanzas, Villa Clara, Cienfuegos, and Sancti Spiritus. So, some things do not change. As Hurricane Fred swept north from the Caribbean a week or two ago, it hit a lot of the nation very hard. And, of course, it hit Tennessee, and some of the outer bands swept over western North Carolina. They traveled across western North Carolina at speeds as low as 17 miles per hour. Now, obviously, winds that low don't cause wind damage, but the problem is you're basically parking a giant garden hose over an area, and the flooding is terrible. People died. Um, the reports last Friday in a press release, Samaritan's Purse discussed their response to these floods. At that point, 2 people had died. 100 had been rescued from the waters, and 30 were still missing. And at that time, 50,000 were without power. We need to pray for the people in Tennessee, and we need to pray for the people in Western North Carolina. I am still accumulating information about the damage. I mean, I'm not trying to be a rubbernecker here. The damage is terrible. But Samaritan's Purse is working to help people. The volunteers are clearing mud and debris. Chaplains from Samaritan's Purse and the Billy Graham Association are praying, and they're trying to help these people understand what happened. They're still in shock, especially last week. Now, there's 2 other ministries I want to mention, and I just want to mention it because these are people on the ground. They're helping people. And if you want to help the people in Western North Carolina, these 3 organizations can do it. Now, of course, Samaritan's Purse is one of them. Anchor Baptist Ministries out of Pisgah Forest is working both with people in Transylvania County and Haywood County. Hearts with Hands they have worked with Trinity Baptist Church in Asheville. They are there. And I'm posting links to their websites. And if you go to their websites, you can see how vital work these people are doing and how on the ground they are. So be praying for these people and be pondering, contributing what you can to help their efforts, but definitely be praying for them.